All right, welcome to the meeting of the Mayor and City Council, City of Taneytown for the month of December. We'll begin with our pledge to the flag. I will ask Mayor Pro Tem Foster to lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Foster. Let the records reflect that all council members are present and accounted for this evening. We'll begin with review and approval of the minutes from the November 4th, November 9th meetings, as well as the November 9th closed session. I will entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
And a second, please.
Second.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Haynes, second from Councilman Hale on approving all 3 minutes from last month. Is there any discussion from the council? Corrections, anything? All right, everyone being satisfied, all in favor of approving the minutes from the November 4th and November 9th regular meetings and the November 9th closed session, please signify with your thumbs up. All right, and any opposed? None. We are unanimous in favor of approval. I will now ask the council, is there anything on the agenda that gives you heartburn regarding conflicts of interest?
No, sir.
No, sir.
All right. No one is conflicted. We shall move on. Up for introduction this evening, we have 3 items. First, Ordinance 07-2020. This is amendment to Chapter 153 of the City Code regarding park impact fees. I'll begin with a motion to introduce.
I'd like to take a motion to introduce that, including the alterations that we made on Wednesday night.
Very good. It has been moved to introduce with amendment. Is there a second?
Seconded.
Very good. We have a motion to approve with to introduce with amendment from Councilman Vigliotti and a second from Councilman Haynes. Is there any discussion on Ordinance 07-2020 for introduction this evening? All right. If everyone is satisfied, all in favor of introducing the ordinance, signify with your thumbs up. And any opposed? No, we are unanimous. It is now introduced. You will see that and the following 2 in front of you next month for approval. Also for introduction, Resolution 2020-14, Park Impact Fees. I'll entertain a motion to introduce.
So moved.
And a second, please.
Second.
Very good. We have the motion to introduce from Mayor Pro Tem Foster, second from Councilman Haynes. Is there any discussion? All right. Hearing none, all in favor of introduction of Resolution 2020-14 Park Impact Fees, signify with your thumbs up. Any opposed? We are unanimous in favor of introduction. And finally, for introduction, Resolution 2020-15. This is the fee schedule for 2020, which includes the park impact fees as well as all the other fees that we charge for various and sundry things. May I have a motion to introduce?
So moved.
And a second, please.
I'll second.
Very good. Motion from Councilman Vigliotti, second from Councilwoman Fuller. Is there any discussion on the fee schedule for 2020? I guess in reality, this is 2021. Is that correct? Yeah, okay, perfect. All right, no discussion. All in favor of introducing Resolution 2020-15, the fee schedule for 2021, signify with your thumbs up. There it is, there it is, there it is. Any opposed? No, we are unanimous. It is introduced. All 3 of those will be in front of you next month, pending your approval. Up for adoption this evening, we have Resolution 2020-13, our monthly water allocation, this being for December of 2020. I will entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
And a second, please.
Second.
Very good. Motion from Mayor Pro Tem Foster with a second from Councilman Hale. Is there any discussion on the water allocation? All right. Hearing none, all in favor of approving Resolution 2020-13, signify with the thumbs. And 5, none opposed. We are approving Resolution 2020-13. We moved right through those. So let's give Ms. Weeperk a chance. Anything from your city manager report to update us on?
Just one quick item with regard to the Trevanian Terrace Stormwater Retrofit project. Bids were received by the county, and the low bidder was CJ Miller at $1,108,000. So this will be a little different than we had with the Roberts Mill Run and O'Brien Avenue Bridge project, because this will be funded entirely through our town-county agreement where we have that stormwater retrofit provision. So this one is not going to have to come before you like we did with the O'Brien Avenue Bridge, because the funding is already lined up and through the county. So, but I just wanted to make everybody aware that bids were received, and it's at this point looking like CJ Miller. I don't know if the bids have been completely analyzed to make sure that they're technically meeting all the requirements, but that's where we stand right now. And that's all I have, unless folks have any questions.
Very good. Any questions for the city manager on his report or departmental reports as they are presented? All right. Very good. Before we move on to the next item, I do want to remind anyone that's viewing us on the interweb that if you would like to comment at the end of the meeting, the phone line is open. It is toll-free 1-800-309-2350. Conference ID 237-7193. Again, if you're watching and would like to have your voice heard later in the meeting, it is 1-800-309-2350. Conference ID 237-7193. Operators are standing by. Mr. Gullo, do you have anything for your legal report this evening?
Nothing further to add from the other day unless you have questions.
Very good. Are there questions from the council for Mr. Gullo? Nothing at all. Very good. You look sharp tonight, sir, just so you know.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Nothing in old business. We're going to move right into our new business. Monthly financial report. You see this each month. I will entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Very good. We have a motion. Do I have a second, please?
Second.
Very good. Motion from Councilman Hale, second from Mayor Pro Tem Foster. Any discussion on the monthly financial report as presented to you? All right. With no discussion, all in favor signify with your thumbs up. And no opposed. We are unanimous in favor. We shall request the same of the accounts payables as presented. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second, please.
Second.
Very good. We have the motion from Councilwoman Fuller, second from Councilman Vigliotti on the accounts payables. Is there any discussion or questions on those? All right. Hearing none, all in favor of approving the accounts payables signify with your thumbs up. And there are none opposed. We are unanimous. Next, we have award of the belt filter press bid. This was gone over Wednesday evening for you. So I will entertain a motion. Please specify if you are approving or not in your motion.
Mr. Mayor, I'm happy to make the motion. I'm just trying to get to the page with all of the necessary information to include in the motion. Unless somebody else beats me to it.
Well, I can't seem to find it either, so.
You've come this far, Joe, so you might as well just go the rest of the way.
I'm getting there. I'm on the way. I found the stuff for I&I. There was a lot of papers this month.
The recommendation is BDP Industries, Inc. The total bid was $241,500.
I make a motion to approve the bid in the amount as designated by the city manager.
Very good. Do we have a second to that?
Second.
Ooh, All right, we have the motion from Councilman Bigliotti to award the Bell Filter Press bid to BDP Industries in the amount of $241,500. Flip a coin for the second. Goes to Councilman Haynes with the second.
I just found it too, by the way.
Oh, look at you go. All right, any conversation to be had, debate, questions, concerns, general inquiries? All right, seems like everyone is satisfied with that. We will now put the vote to award the bid for the Bell Filter Press. Again, BDP Industries, $241,500. All in favor signify with your thumbs up. And there are none opposed. We are unanimous. It is awarded. Moving on, Bay Restoration Fee Hardship Exemption. This was a change, as you recall, from Wednesday night. This has not been modified since 2013. We are simplifying it to where they only have to meet one of the criteria. Those criteria being energy assistance subsidy, public assistance like SNAP, security disability benefits. We would not be setting any income requirements ourselves as a result. I will entertain a motion. Please say if you are moving to approve or not.
Mr. Mayor, I think from the discussion Wednesday night, we were going to not take a formal action on this one for it to be, we'll have it for you with next month's packet. So
Okay.
tonight would be to, I suppose, direct staff to move forward with the revisions.
Okay. Sounds like what is being now requested is that we will give direction to staff. So we have consensus from the council for them to move forward with these. A thumbs up would suffice if you agree to. Very good. Direction has been given to city staff. Next up, we have renovation of council chambers. You recall from Wednesday evening, we were given the opportunity, well, we were awarded a grant to make some AV improvements to help continuity of government, as well as prepare us for hybrid and further streaming. Along with that, we are asking council to allow us to rotate the city council chambers to accommodate that project, as well as better security and safety in the chambers. I will entertain a motion to approve the project of renovation of council chambers.
So moved.
And a second, please.
Second.
Judy's
All
got it. You have it.
Yeah, I was ignoring you anyway. So we had the motion from Councilman Hale. We had the second from Councilwoman Fuller, and Councilman Bigliotti was ignored. Any questions or concerns regarding renovation of council chambers? All right, everyone is satisfied with the concept? All right, I know there's a pre-construction meeting happening here tomorrow to discuss it with the contractor. With that, all in favor of renovating the council chambers as discussed, signify with your thumbs up. Any opposed? All right, we are unanimous with that. Thank you all. Next, item number 6, Mde Sewer Compliance. If you recall, this is a fine levied on us for overflows we had in the past regarding our sewer system. We are seeking approval from council to simply pay the fines and move on with our lives. We'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Is that motion to approve the payment of fines?
Motion to approve the payment of fines.
Very good, thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Ooh. All right, we do have a motion from Councilman Haynes, and sticking with ignoring Councilman Bigliotti, I will award the second to Mayor Pro Tem Foster. Any questions on the fines associated with Mde Sewer Compliance? All right, hearing none, all in favor of paying fines to Mde, signify with your thumbs up. All right, and no one is opposed. We are unanimous to pay. And next, Number 7, CDM Smith 2021 rate proposal. We've been using CDM Smith for several years now. I think they've done a tremendous job for us. The rates, if I'm correct, Mr. Wieprick, they have not changed. So same rates that we have been working with. So I will entertain a motion to approve the rate proposal for CDM Smith.
So moved.
And a second, please.
Second.
Go ahead, Joe.
All right, we have the motion for Councilman. We will give the second to Councilman Vigliotti this evening. Any discussion on the rate proposals? All right, all in favor signify with your thumbs up. All right, I see 6 thumbs. That's one too many. No one is opposed. We are unanimous. Last, in new business, CDM Smith I&I engineering proposal. This is the project to try to combat some of our inflow and infiltration problems. It is outlined with proposed schedules and fees from CDM Smith. And I will entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
And a second, please.
Second.
Second.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Fuller and the second from Councilman Haynes. Any questions on the I&I engineering proposal? All right, before I take the vote, Mr. Wieprick, I just want to clarify, this is just the engineering proposal. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so it's not the actual work to be done.
Correct.
All right, very good. This is just the engineering side of things. All in favor, signify with your thumbs up. And any opposed? No, we are unanimous in that. With that, we will go into council member reports unless, stand by, check the phone lines. Operators are asleep. No one is on the phone. Therefore, we'll do our council member reports. We will begin this evening with Councilwoman Fuller. What do you have for us? You've been a busy little bee.
Mr. Mayor, if I could, there is item number 8 on today's agenda for the dewatering construction services proposal from CDM Smith that was on the agenda Clara sent out.
You said item 8?
Yes, CDM Smith dewatering upgrade construction services proposal.
Stand by.
Okay.
It's not that I don't believe you. I just have to see it.
Okay.
I still don't see it. Which agenda was this on?
The one from Clara's, let's see, 123 at Friday, 12/11.
Did Clara ignore the mayor on Friday?
Okay, there we go. All right, now we have one more topic of new business. CDM Smith dewatering upgrade construction service proposal. I will entertain a motion.
So moved.
And a second, please.
Second.
All right, we have a motion from Mayor Pro Tem Foster, second from Councilman Haynes. Are there any questions on the CDM Smith dewatering upgrade construction service proposal? All right, hearing none, all in favor signify with your thumbs up. And no one is opposed. We are unanimous. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I had the wrong agenda up. All right, before the reports, we're going to take one more look. No one on the phone line. Councilman Fuller, we're going to begin with you for your report.
All I'm a little ill prepared because I was running late tonight. I guess I would just mention that even though we did not get to do the tree lighting, there are still lights up at the park. If the rain and snow did not knock everything over and destroy it today. I don't know. We'll see. And then we've got snow on Wednesday. So who knows? Other than that, I think that covers it.
All right, very good. Councilman Vigliotti, do you have a police report for us?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I do. And if it's okay with you, there are a couple things I'd like to mention after that as well. It won't take more than a couple minutes, but I think it's certainly worthy of mentioning a couple things.
Very good.
So for the police departmental report, the total number of dispatched or generated calls for service in November numbered 371. The total number of citations issued were 83. The total number of warnings issued were 95. The total number of adult arrests were 15, and the total number of juvenile arrests was 1. In the good news department, the 2 new vehicles from last year's budget have finally been received and the upfitting has been completed. They'll be deployed before the end of this month. As far as community outreach is concerned, the department is once again going to be hosting an internship for a student from the Carroll County Career and Tech Center. Interviews have been conducted virtually and a selection has been made. The internship is scheduled to start in early February, and more details on that will be forthcoming. And that is the police departmental report. So one of the things, the one thing I wanted to do this evening, because it is the end of the year, there's a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes, or that council members and other members of the city administration do, that they don't often get credit for. There really is a lot that goes on, and I want to take a couple of minutes to point out some of those things, as a tribute to everybody that I serve with here. So, Mayor, I'd like to start with you. I think probably one of the classiest things that you've done recently in demonstrating the leadership that you provide is that you had to make a judgment call about the tree lighting and the weather, and that you took the very classy step of apologizing when the weather got it wrong. And so I think that that is something worth mentioning. I think it's something worth talking about because you don't often hear elected officials taking that kind of responsibility for something, even when it isn't their fault. For Mayor Pro Tem Diane Foster, something that everybody should realize is that she represents the city on innumerable organizations, committees, and more. And so she's able to do all of this networking, which helps to improve our own prospects and helps to improve our ability to secure things like grants. And she never gets enough credit for doing that kind of thing. For Councilwoman Judy Fuller, who effectively gave up her life for the last couple of weeks to not only lead the decorating of the park, but in many cases to be the only one doing the decorating down at the park. And her ability, or her constant hands-on activity is something that should be commended. For Councilman Darrell Hale, who along with the Masons over the past autumn and the summer renovated one of the pavilions down at the park, pouring a cement floor. When Councilwoman Fuller and I were doing decorating one day, we were talking about how nice it was to have a solid floor beneath us. And again, Councilman Hale, to your credit and to the Masons' credit, to volunteer to do that, to help out the city with the park that way, deserves some recognition. For Councilman Daniel Haynes, and this one is especially important, who served in the National Guard during the worst days of the pandemic, for administering the relief that you did, and for simultaneously serving on the city council without missing any meetings. Due to the service that you were rendering. It was an act of heroism, and you do deserve to be credited for that. For our city manager, Jim Wieprecht, not only serving as long as you did as the acting city manager, but because you have fully and so capably stepped into the position officially as city manager and helping the city to continue to move forward. So thank you for doing that. For Clara, who is always a part of these meetings. You always see her, but she doesn't always speak that much. She is unfailingly an integral part of our meetings and the day-to-day operations of the city. And for us to be able to do our job as mayor and council, she constantly keeps us up to date with new information and she keeps us prepared for these meetings, and we simply could not do them without her. For Dan and Jacob in IT, who have modernized our city's technological infrastructure and all of our systems and components, and making sure that all the departments are up to par with technology, and for keeping us abreast of being able to do these meetings, providing the technology that helps us to be able to conduct these meetings to continue to do the business of the city. For our city attorney, Jay Gullo, who has been unfailingly loyal to us through years of challenges and issues and all these sorts of things, and your expertise on everything, both illegal and pirate, is a blessing to this city. For our new Parks and Rec director, Lorena Vicari, who has already helped us change the face of the town with everything from doing things like drive-in movies to food truck Fridays. And I know we have a lot of things planned for the future through her. She has been a blessing to us just in the short time that she's been working with us, and she deserves to be credited for that. I'm almost done, don't worry. So I have to kind of combine everybody here, but for everybody who works in City Hall and the administration and finances, for all of the tireless daily work that everybody does there, handling the general needs of the public and keeping our accounts in order, and continuing to work through the pandemic. Again, it was the worst days of the pandemic, and still continuing to do so through the challenging times that we have now. These are people who, again, are sort of working behind the scenes, and you may see them when you drop off a water bill or something, but they do not get the credit that they so often deserve. To all of our friends in the Public Works Department, again, people who you see out on the roads and see doing things, but they don't get the credit that they deserve for the constant maintenance and their efforts in keeping the city infrastructure functioning, and importantly, dealing with every kind of weather and circumstance imaginable while they're doing it. And last but not least, I want to thank all of our members of our police department for their unfailing loyalty and heroism on a daily basis, and for choosing to wear a uniform when it is not popular to do so, but in a time that it matters all the more that they do so. And Mr. Mayor, that's it for me this evening. But again, I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to thank everybody who works for this city, and again, does not get the credit that they are so often due. Thank you.
Well said on all accounts. I appreciate it. It definitely goes without saying that the staff of the city don't get the recognition that they really deserve. But thank you for putting all that in perspective and for the kind words for all of us. Moving on, Mayor Pro Tem Foster, you need to follow that up. What you got?
First, thank you, Joe, for those kind words. Second, I want to acknowledge publicly that, Judy, you were acknowledged at the MML chapter meeting for all of your diligent hard work in the park. So they all know that it was all you. And I don't have anything else. That's it.
Thank you very much. Councilman Hale, what do you have for us this evening?
Thank you, Mayor. Joe, thanks for the kind words. The Taneytown Monocacy Masons were very glad to do it. It was very rewarding. It was a lot of work. Shoveling the stones the size of a baseball are not easy. We do plan to paint the park, paint that pavilion once the weather improves. And from that, the Taneytown High School playground equipment will be set the first week of January, and the rubberized surface will be set sometime in the spring. The holiday decorating contest addresses will be published on December the 16th. People can vote for up to 3, with 3 prizes being $100, $75, and $50, all gift cards from local businesses. So check that out. Keep it up. Share it on Facebook. I'm hearing a lot of people about it. It's exciting. It's fun. Hopefully we don't make any enemies. Always somebody that hurt feelings, but it's a neat idea. Just another way of Lorena to and city staff to get the people involved, and a feel good moment for all of us as we head out of 2020. Thanks, sir.
Thank you very much. Councilman Haynes, do you have anything for us this evening?
Nothing related to public works, sir, but I do want to echo everybody else and thank Joe for his kind words. You know, if I wasn't getting you a Christmas gift before, I definitely have to get you one now. But no, that was really nice to hear. I appreciate that, and I'm sure everybody else does as well. But no, that's all for me. Thank you.
Very good. Start from some MML Legislative Committee. We did have a meeting last week, getting an idea of what the state legislative session is going to be like this year. It is going to be unlike anything you've ever seen before. As you can imagine, socially distanced, virtual, all of those things are in play, including, I believe, spreading delegates among several rooms for their sessions. In addition, they put out to all of the representatives to try to limit the bills as much as possible, only put in what needs to happen. And they made it very clear that the only thing they have to do is pass a budget, which kind of gives you an idea of, you know, priorities may be shifted this year. We did get a glance of some things that have already been put in bill-wise. One of them has a major impact on municipalities. I'm not going to say a whole lot about it yet. MML is working with the sponsor of it, but it's the state trying to step in and preempt some charters for municipalities. So we want to keep an eye on that, something that potentially could cost substantial money in certain circumstances. So more about that as we learn, but right now it is being discussed between MML and the sponsor of the bill. If you remember, the legislative priority for this year from MML is, again, HURs, highway user revenues. We are still fighting very hard to, first off, erase the sunset. As of right now, the amount of money we are getting is set to go away, I believe, in 2024. We're trying to get rid of that sunset and then also renew the HURs back to their original figure, which many years ago was substantially higher. For a while there, we took a major hit. So that is still the legislative priority for this year. Keep an eye out, keep an ear out. You'll probably see emails from MML about it, but that is a big one for us. The initiatives this year are relating around small cell towers. If you remember the 5G, we do have code in place for it. MML is always keeping an eye out just in case anything pops up. Right now, they're not seeing any big fights brewing, so we might be okay, but that can change at any moment. And then the other initiative revolves around climate change, particularly for the communities that are around water. There is concern of rising water, so it's something to watch and just to make sure that municipalities are not negatively impacted by the legislation, but also to make sure that it doesn't hurt 157 municipalities. With that, we'll move into weather. If you've looked at the weather, we are looking at probably substantial snowfall Wednesday into Thursday. Looking at the information from the county I received today, we're in the 12 to 18 inch range. We have not seen snow like that for over 2 years. I remember there was a time we used to get that twice a winter. So please, residents, everybody, keep in mind, Public Works will be out there with their plows. They will get to your street when they get to your street. Try to not park your cars on the street if at all possible. Use driveways, use parking lots. Try to keep it clear so that they can get through, do their job quickly and safely with minimal damage. But everyone, please be safe in what could be some pretty perilous weather. Moving from that, we did record our virtual tree lighting on Friday. So expect a video to come out on social media. As everyone did, I will thank Councilwoman Fuller for the hard work she's put in at the park. I did spend about 2 hours Saturday night driving around. I think I hit every street in the city, looking at all the different decorations on the houses. I was a creepy guy in a truck with a video camera trying to get footage for the virtual tree lighting video. I don't think anyone called the police on me. But it was really neat to see some of the decorations that are out there. Some people really go all out. Some people are very tasteful. Some are more not. But they're still really neat to see. I think I saw more lights this year than I ever have. So people are definitely in the Christmas spirit, trying to get through 2020 the last couple of weeks, and hopefully move on to a better year. With that, I don't think I have anything additional to report. Anything for the good of the order while we're still on? Nothing. And no one called in. So with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
And a second to adjourn.
Second.
Very good. The motion will go to Councilman Hale, the second to Mayor Pro Tem Foster. All in favor of adjourning?
You are the last party in the conference.
Signify with your
You
thumbs
will
up.
hear silence until the conference begins.
All right, with that, we are adjourned. Just a reminder to council, stick on if you want to record